Morning YouTube, YTPC, Pipe Miner Chris here again. This morning, I've got my first actual legitimate, I guess, YABO from, I got a little package in the mail from Berg. And before I tear into it, I got the chance this weekend to talk to Berg over Voxer for a while. You know, for anybody that's wondering, he is the same guy on Voxer as he is that you see on YouTube. For anybody that hasn't talked to him, he's just an awesome guy. I mean, I really enjoyed our conversation. In fact, I talked to him again this morning for a little bit. But yeah, he said he was going to send me a sample. Good Lord. A sample. He doesn't know what A is. Good. You know, honestly, I don't know if you can see in there, but that thing's clear full of just individual bags. Holy cow. Well, let's get them out and see what we got. But anyway, I started on Voxer and I got to talk to him. Ha! First actual bro note. Chris, had a blast talking with you on Voxer the other night. Glad I could be your first YABO. Talk to you real soon. Well, yeah, we did too. I think I talked to him Sunday night and talked to him again this morning. So, let's see. Oh, all right. First one, Esoterica Margate. Now, I've got some Pembroke back here, so I pretty well know what Margate's about, because Pembroke is Margate with a cognac topping. So, we were just talking about this morning. Tilbury. I see Joe Davis and Tennessee Bulls smoking on this stuff like it is going out of style, and they love it. So, oh, yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Uh-oh. Alright. Here's one we talked about. My first ever little bit of Esoterica Penzance. Wow. Oh, so that's what unicorn farts smell like. Oh yeah. Oh, I can see why there's so much hype and yes sir. Thank you for that one, Berg. I appreciate that. That's gonna get put up and enjoyed when I can really just sit back and thoroughly enjoy a pipe. I'm not gonna be in a hurry or anything. Oh, Cherry Smash. That's Boswell's. I think that's Boswell's. That's what Jay Dagger smokes. I wondered how good this was. That smells like it's got a lot better balance than Blood Red Moon. Now, mind you, Blood Red Moon is good, and I've smoked a whole 10 of that already on my own. So, but that seems to be a little more balanced. Ooh, Haunted Bookshop. I have heard a ton about this and just hadn't moved it up my list far enough to get any. That smells good. Let's try some of that too. Let's see. Oh, Star of the East. Okay. I am got the ingredients for my own comparison here. Oh wow. That's a very different kind of smell than what well, definitely than Penzance, but I don't know if it's the Orientals in there or what, but that's definitely a much different smell than a lot of the other Englishes. Oh crap. Alright, so now we've got Northwoods, which Berg told me this is his favorite English. Okay, so I've got just like my own bag. I got Star of the East, Northwoods, and my bag of vintage Syrian here. Well, I'm gonna have to make notes on these as I go through them, because Peter Stokeby Luxury Twist Flake. Yep. See, I've had a little bit of this before, and I really did like that. That's a very good flake. So, yeah. Wow. I got Berg bombed. This is cool. Man, I don't know how, honestly, I don't know if anybody else has this thought, but sometimes I wonder how Berg maintains any kind of cellar, because he's giving this stuff out all over the place. I mean, that's a big chunk of tobacco. It's going to take me a while to get through even part of this stuff. So, again, Berg, if you watch this, I can't thank you enough, man. This is just incredible. And this is the kind of stuff that, people often wonder. I know Nova Piper has got a GAW going on right now, and his question finally came down to, why did you join the YTPC? Well, I think we all came to it for the same reason. We're all looking for information. We're all trying to figure out how to smoke a pipe, whatever. But what kept me here is people like Berg, and just about every other person that I've seen in this group. Just the generosity, and everybody is just genuine, and it's the kind of people you want to hang around with. So that's what keeps people. That's what got me started doing videos. It's just incredible. I mean, look, we were talking about one thing, and this is what I ended up with. And this is the one that we were talking about. That's Penzance. And, I'm good for tobacco for a long time now, not to mention what I already had. It's just, and most of this is, I think there's only one in here that I've ever had, and that's that Peter Stokeby Luxury Twist Flake. The rest of it, it's all brand new to me. So, people wonder sometimes why you need so much tobacco. Well, you ever been in a grocery store and seen the variety? To me, this is the same. I don't want the same thing day after day and pipe after pipe. I know some people do. I'm not that way. I like the variety. I like to be able to walk over here and go, this time I feel like some of this, so I grab it. And the next time I might feel like Prince Albert. So, it's just, I'm enjoying this stuff. But while I was talking to Berg, this will go in I'm going to create a file with the bro notes, because that's just part of the gig when you're doing this stuff. And you get to be number one in the file. So, keep on chooching. Speaking of chooching, we were talking about restoring pipes. And it occurred to me that, one of my earlier videos, I'd put up pictures of, or showed this pipe that I bought, this Kaywoodie that I got. And I was talking to him about the progress I'd made on it and whatever else. And since I don't have any video editing software or anything like that, I'm gonna just have to show you pictures, hold pictures up on my phone, because that's what I've got. So, anyway, I have got if I can find the right one. Oh, there we go. Alright. There's a picture of this Kaywoodie that I bought. Now it's a Kaywoodie Super Grain, and it's got a push bit on it, which, from all my research I could find, would suggest that it was made prior to 1938. Well, it had, you can kind of see there where it's got they bit through and took a chunk out of the stem on it, right at the button, by smoking it and clenching it all the time. Not uncommon, happens quite a bit. So I got to looking at it, and I knew I could cut the stem off and, you know, try to put a new button in it and whatever, or reshape a new button onto it. But I decided, you know, that I wonder if there's a way to fix that and actually keep the same stem, same length, and everything else. So I got to looking, doing a little bit of research, and I found an article on doing just a Google search. I found an article from, it was called Reborn Pipes, is the company. And he was talking about repairing vulcanite stems, and he was repairing a bite through hole. His was just a hole, but he said he'd found some black super glue. Okay, well, that's a good place to start. So I started looking, and went on Amazon and found this here. It is tinted super glue. They make it in black, amber, and white. It's not cheap, but it's not incredibly expensive. I think that was 12 bucks for that bottle. So super glue standards, that's kind of pricey, but in the reality, it's not terrible. We'll come to find out this Stu Mac, and it's Stuart McDonald, but Stu Mac is a luthier supply. They supply guitar makers. So I got black super glue. I decided, well, that's got to be a starting point. So I started working with the stem, and it had chatter all over in front of the button, you know, like they always get. And it had some wear points where it had a softy bit on it for quite some time, and somebody had been biting on it, you know, and you could tell that it was just worn down. But I worked on it and messed around with it for a long time, and after wasting a few hours, I finally decided that I'm going to have to do something to thicken up that super glue. So, not having very many other options and only knowing a little bit, I started mixing just a little bit of cornstarch into the super glue and got it to thicken up into a paste that I could actually get to stay in place rather than just running off. So after doing some work on it, that is the bit side that had the bite through on it. And you can see the bite through is gone. I reshaped the button on it, and then I used sandpaper, micro mesh pads, all that. And I have not buffed or polished or waxed or anything that stem. That's just from the sandpaper and the micro mesh pads. But I now have a complete stem back on here, and it's still the original, you know, Kaywoodie cloverleaf stem. But like I said, this one is it's a push bit instead of the stinger. So, but anyway, I'm still working on the pipe. I had to top the bowl because somebody had been tapping it out, and there was a spot over here that they must have always tapped it in the same area. So I had to take about 3/30 seconds off the top of the bowl. But now it's all nice and straight, and everything's good on it again, aside from there's one small fissure up here in this corner, or this point on the bowl, that I'm gonna have to try to mud up before I can get it back to smoking. But I was talking to Smokey Mo yesterday, and then I told Berg the same thing this morning. For those of us that like to restore pipes, and those of us, anybody that is doing that salt treatment on their pipes to take ghosts out or get rid of the cake, you see a lot of guys, they'll take and they'll put a pipe cleaner in the back end of the stem. Well, those pipe cleaners wick that alcohol out, and sometimes, depending on how much gets in there, you take a chance of letting some alcohol run out and get on the finish on the back end of your stem. So because I get them at work, I thought, you know, I'll bet you that an earplug, which is what was in there, but you know, just a normal little foam earplug, if I'd roll that up and put it in the back of that stem, I'll bet you that'd seal it up. So when I did the salt treatment on this one, That's what I did. And by the time that earplug expands, it fills that entire, the mortise in there. All of that's full. When I put the alcohol in this and did the salt treatment, there wasn't a drop that came out through the stem. So, you know, talking to Smokey Mo and Berg both, neither one of them had ever given a thought to using an earplug, and it's just because I have them all over the place. I get them by the handful at work. When I wash stuff, I pull them out of my pockets. I just got them. So it was readily available for me, so I thought, I'll give it a try, because with this pipe, I knew I was going to refinish it anyhow, so I wasn't worried about any alcohol leaking out. But there, like I said, there wasn't a drop that got out past that earplug. So for everybody's information, if you're interested in doing that, then you know earplugs work. So, but anyway, I'm gonna start putting away my backy bomb and get this video posted and move on to the next thing. So I guess with that, remember, life is short. Stop and smell the smoke.